On.
Hi, this is Miss Goodale, and today I'm talking about measures of center, mean, median, mode, and range. The first thing I wanted to do is kind of illustrate a mean. So I have 4 sets of tokens. This one has 5, this one has 1, I have 4 and 2. To find the mean, I want to make the fair share so that each of these sets is the same. So what I would do is I would be moving these around until all the piles are equal. So my fair share, my mean or my average, is 3. Okay, so we're going to work some problems that are going to show you, or that are going to come up with those answers. But that's kind of one way to kind of show what the mean or the average is. So it's the amount that each group would have if everything was shared equally. If you add up all of the items and divide by the amount that there are, that would find you the mean. So the sum of the data items. The way to remember this is that your mean teacher uses this to find your grade. So that's one way to remember what the mean is, or the average. Another measure of center is the median. That's the middle value when the data are written in numerical order. So you write them in order, and then you find the middle number. Sometimes, if you have an even set of numbers, if there's more than one in the middle, you find the mean, or the average of the two, in order to find the median. So basically, you're going to add them up and divide by 2 because there's going to be 2 numbers. Okay, and then the mode is the data value or values that occur the most often. Sometimes you'll have a set that doesn't have one that occurs more than any others, so you'll have no mode. Sometimes you'll have more than one number that occurs more than the others, and so that could be more than one mode. Okay, so you'd have maybe 2 modes, or maybe you might have 3 modes. Okay, and then the range is the difference between the greatest value and the least value in a data set. So that's the biggest number minus the smallest. Now, I know I went through those pretty fast. Feel free to rewind if you need to. I'm trying to go through the definitions a little bit quicker today so that we can get more practice. Okay, so let's get on to it. First thing I want to do to find all of these values is I just want to write these in numerical order, so from smallest to largest, and that's my first thing. Then I can find my range. My biggest number is 9, smallest number is 3, so I subtract those. My range is 6. My mode is my number I see the most, which is 7. And then my median is my middle number, so I count all the way in, and 7 is my middle number. And my mean, I would add 3 plus 4 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7. I get 30. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So I would divide that by 5. And I get 6. So my mean in this set is 6. Okay, I'm going to go through some more examples here. My next example, I have 15, 3, and 3. So I'm going to write that in order, 3, 3, 15. And I take my biggest number, subtract my smallest number. That gives me a range of 12. My median is my middle number, which is 3. My mode is also 3 because I have 2 of those. And then my mean or my average is if I add those all up. So that would be 21. And then I divide those by 3 because there are 3 numbers. And my mean or my average is 7. So those are my values for that one. My next data set, I'm going to go ahead and write that one in order. 1, 1, 2, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Notice I put commas in between all my numbers so that I know it's not 11, 12, 14, 55, all that stuff. So make sure you put commas between your values. First thing I'm going to do is the range. Biggest number minus smallest. 6 minus 1 is 5. My median is my middle number. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have two numbers in the middle. That means I add them together and then divide by however many there are, which there are 2. So that would be 9 divided by 2. And that would get me either 4.5 or 4.5, depending on how you want to notate it. Either one of those means the same thing. Okay, so you add them together, divide by 2 if you have two numbers in the middle. My mode, I actually have 3. So I have 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6. I have 2 of each of those numbers. Okay, so 1, 5, and 6 are my modes. Sometimes you may have 3 of a number. In these sets, that's all we have. So, and then last is my mean. So I'm going to go ahead and try to quickly add those up. And I should get 30. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So I'm going to do 30 divided by 8. And I'm probably going to get a fraction or a decimal. And I'm just going to make that into a fraction. So 6/8 is equal to 3 3/4. I could have made that into a decimal and gotten 3.75. Okay, so I tried to go through those quickly because I know my video time is limited. I have other resources I'm going to share with you in order to practice. Please feel free to rewind, pause, ask questions as needed, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.